When you don't go to geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming and I'm loud. Roar!
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything!
Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go.
Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call
Ghost.
How's it going? How you doing today, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to this Call to Action Baller Friday edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. This is episode number 305 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And folks, this is a serious show, so I would like to let everybody know, if you could please spread it around like wildfire, that True Capitalist Radio is now live on this Baller Friday Call to Action edition, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time every Monday through Friday, because this is a very important show for any true American, for anybody who is a hacker, troll, that believes in the American idea, who understands that the whole reason why one can be a troll and a hacker in today's America in the comfort of their basement or in their home or wherever the hell. I'm not trying to downgrade anybody. I'm just stating facts. I'm stating truth. I'd like for everybody to know that we are live here because this is a call to action, True Capitalist Radio edition. Now, I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to spread it around like wildfire. Of course, folks, the official website of the show is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And folks, if you haven't been following me, all right, on Twitter, I mean, you've been missing a lot of action, just to say the least. Politics Ghost is the name to follow on Twitter. All right, all one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost. Now, folks, I'm just going to get right into it, folks. This is a very serious show. I am going to still oblige the Twitter shout-outs and all that radio graffiti crap for all you idiots that are worried about that. But first and foremost, folks, if you've been living under a rock, if you have not heard, I'm sure you have, if you're definitely an American citizen, that we had a shooting in Dallas, Texas, in which it seems a suspect or suspects, I really don't know, nobody really knows the full 411 on this story. It's very, very impactful, very tragic, strategic, culturally and racially motivated, to say the least. And, folks, I think that this right here is a precursor to the things that yours truly has been discussing on this broadcast ever since I came back in March of this year. Folks, what we are witnessing right before our very eyes is a systematic takeover by the agents of international bureaucratic institutionalism. Now, folks, before I get into any of the things that I'm going to discuss today, I definitely would like for people to understand that you need to come to grips with the idea that the individuals that are in power that are pushing the policies that are enabling this type of activity to be more frequent, who basically puppeteer the mainstream media. These individuals are all agents of something that is not loyal to America. Action speaks louder than words. A lot of these individuals that are out here that are conducting this activity, that are enabling this activity, and I'm talking about this administration, I'm talking about the leftist liberal regimes that are in power today, and I'm talking at every level. I'm talking federal, state, local levels. We're seeing it here in Austin, Texas, just to put it on a local level, my own personal local level. And folks, let me tell you something right now. This right here is a slow, incremental, but yet accelerated takeover of the United States of America by communists, quasi-socialists, whatever the hell you want to call them, folks. But this is a far left wing of the political spectrum being implemented upon America today. And they are utilizing the systematic systems of government that the United States has put together against us. And you see, folks, I don't want to get on a history lesson on how we got here, but it's not that far ago why and how we got to this particular situation. Now, first and foremost, before I go off on Black Lives Matter, and before I go off on the fact that I am calling to digital arms every troll, hacker on the internet that believes in freedom, believes in free speech, believes in a free internet, I need for them to understand what I'm saying here. I'm going to say it in a little bit. A call to action. We need a united front to basically go after, in every digital capacity, these individuals that are agitating, if not fulfilling, violence. Now, before I get to all that, how did we get here, folks? All right? How the hell did we get from the 90s, the 80s, everybody was partying, everybody was, having a great time, hair bands and boy bands and, all this other nonsense, I can go on and on about the pop culture of the 80s and the 90s, even the 2000s, for Christ's sake. I mean, it was up until this 2008 point, okay? But, folks, I'm not going to lay the blame all on Obama like it was his goddamn master plan, all right? But let me tell you what Obama is. Obama represents the leftist liberal factions within this government that infiltrated this government, and it began a long time ago in the 60s. And, folks, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I know what I'm talking about. So let me give you a little bit of a backstory on why exactly we have these people that are in power today and why they have no problem implementing the policies that are enabling this type of activity to happen in our civil society. Okay. Now, folks, in the 60s, we had a little something called Vietnam. All right. Now, I don't want to talk about, the extent of why we were there or whatever the case might be, but it was that war that was the catalyst to this leftist infatuation with the baby boomers at the time. And believe it or not, there was some elements to what they were saying in opposition to the Vietnam War, because, folks, during the Vietnam War, you didn't have an opportunity to sign up. If you were just a 18-year-old man plus, you just didn't have an opportunity to just sign up and you could go voluntarily like you see in wars of today. You had something called the draft that was tapped into, and it basically tapped into every nook and cranny of the United States of America and took the young men of the day and put them into a war in opposition to communism. Now, folks, I don't want to get into the whole international foreign policy idea of why we were in Vietnam, what the objectives were as it relates to the leadership at the time of America, and what Ho Chi Minh was fighting for, so on and so forth. I don't have time for that. I'm just telling you why we are here based upon the culture of America today. So we're in the Vietnam War. We have a draft going on. Every one of these young people don't want to go to war. And moreover, you've got a culture that is infatuated with music, sex. And the reason I say sex, folks, is because that was the beginning of the, quote, sex revolution with the magazines of Playboy and Penthouse and all these other open nudity, open sexual media that were not necessarily prevalent at the time, and moreover, not necessarily prevalent to the masses at the time. Not only did you have the sex revolution, the music revolution, but you also had the drug culture. And you see, all this mixed together created a faction and a culture of leftism that breeded all kinds of weird, warped ideas, folks. I mean, I'm telling you, back in the 60s and going into the 70s, the ideas that these leftists were actually contemplating would boggle your goddamn mind. You know, they actually had a professor during the 70s by the name of Timothy Leary, who was such a hippied-out, drug culture-induced psychopath, in my personal opinion, that he actually thought he was doing a hippie good thing by attempting to pour in LSD, the hallucinogenic drug, into the water supply of some town in California. All right? I mean, this is the kind of ridiculous, sick culture that was spawning at the time in the 60s. A lot of leftism, a lot of groups, a lot of group dynamic based upon leftism. Let's take into consideration the Black Panther Party. We hear a lot about that in the present day. Folks, that was a idea, a concept back in the 60s, all right? Huey Newton was the man who led the Black Panther Party, who created the Black Panther Party in California. And folks, let me give you a contrast. I don't mean to digress here, but it must be said, because I know I have a bunch of Black Lives Matter people listening to this broadcast, because I know that we're dominating the trends out here. Folks, Huey P. Newton, the man who created the Black Panther Party, created the Black Panther Party in an attempt to help facilitate progress within his own community, all right? Not to go down and burn black-owned businesses and burn black neighborhoods like in Ferguson, like in Baltimore, like in these other areas in which we've seen predominantly black populations rise up and just completely demolish their own neighborhoods, okay? Huey P. Newton, and I'm not trying to make a case for old Huey P. Newton. I'm just trying to make a contrast from the dumbasses that are the Black Panther Party today. I don't know if you've seen them march, and these people are slack-jawed, cockeyed, simply throwbacks in evolution dumb. I mean, and I'm not trying to say it has anything to do with their culture or their race. It has everything to do with who they are as a person, and you can see that manifest on their physical characteristics. All right? Now, let me go back to Huey P. Newton for a second, then I'm going to move on, and then I'm going to tell you how we got here. Huey P. Newton created the Black Panther Party, okay? And when he created the Black Panther Party, he created it in an attempt to enhance and progress his black community, all right? Because at the time, he saw in his own mind the oppression of his black community, and he was trying to tighten-knit or create a communal type of mentality within the black community so that they can help themselves and utilize their own resources to help themselves. Folks, the whole reason why we have the free lunch and the free breakfast program is because of the Black Panther Party. Yeah. Why don't you look it up, all right, folks? I mean, this is why I'm telling you, all of a sudden you're like, whoa, wait a minute, Ghost, what are you talking about? Black Panther Party, created the free breakfast at school. Yes, they did, asshole. You see how far left we've gone? This is why I'm explaining this to you people, all right? We got Huey P. Newton organized the Black Panther Party, and in the black impoverished schools, he found that parents within the black schools did not have enough funds to sufficiently nourish their children so that they can get through a day's worth of school so that they can educate their minds. So Huey Newton and the Black Panther Party actually created enough funds, and they were unbelievable at the time of fundraising. And, of course, you had a lot of nefarious groups also funding them. But they utilized their funding and utilized the community organizing, like Obama likes to talk about, to basically raise these funds so that they can give free breakfast before school to the people in the black communities that were impoverished in their area of influence. And because of that particular initiative, that's why our government, our leftist, communist government, has now free breakfast, free lunch in school today. Interesting point, right? But the only reason I bring that up is to show you, first of all, A, that how far left in America that we've gone, and B, to the Black Lives Matter folk and the Black Panther Party of today, you people are doing it wrong, even if you want to do it in the leftist perspective. You're destroying your own communities, you're destroying your own people, and it doesn't even make any sense. I mean, I see these Black Panther idiots walking and marching in streets across America, even here in Austin, Texas, for Christ's sake. During South by Southwest, we saw these idiots. All right, and they're wearing patches with Huey P. Newton, and I didn't want to have a conversation with these idiots because they had guns in their freaking hands, and I'm strapped as well, and I don't want to have no goddamn gunfight at the OK Corral out here because we're talking about Huey freaking Newton. All right, but I guarantee you, if I went up to these morons and asked them, "Do you even know what Huey Newton did? You even know what, Huey Newton was about?" They wouldn't even tell you. They'd be like, "Yeah, he was about killing Whitey, baby. That's what he was about. He was about killing Whitey, baby." You stupid morons. You see what I'm saying? This is the kind of, look, I don't blame Black Lives Matter, the individuals that are in there being bamboozled by George Soros, who's funding this garbage and propagandizing this idea that, they are such, oppressed people that they must rise up in violence. I mean, they are being agitated through the form of media. Now, look, I'm digressing here. Let me go back to the 60s. All right, we had the Black Panther Party. We had something called the Chicago 7. Now, folks, I don't know if you folks are familiar with the Chicago 7. These were a group of folks in the 60s, and these were college kids that went across, campuses all across the country, rabble-roused leftism, agitated leftism, and they ended up, I don't want to glamorize their story, but they all ended up getting arrested for something, and they all, because they were a bunch of so-called intellectual leftists, they decided to, have this trial with the Chicago 7. It got all kinds of coverage, and lo and behold, they were able to be acquitted to some regard. And folks, one of the leader of the Chicago 7, Jerry Rubin, I think that you people need to read about that man, because that man's influence and what that man said is what is being implemented in this particular government. All right, just to show you that the Chicago 7 has influenced this particular government. Folks, one of the goddamn Chicago 7 ended up becoming a goddamn congressman. So, folks, that's why I'm telling you, these people that are doing this now, they have been very patient, and they have utilized time and our own infrastructure to create the environment and the policies that we are now seeing in today's America. Do you understand that? I'm not joking. One of the Chicago 7, what was his name? Hayden. That asshole. Hayden, look him up. Okay, we talk about the Chicago 7. Let's talk about some more folks that have influenced our government. Let's talk a little bit about Weather Underground. Huh? Oh, nobody likes to talk about Weather Underground of the 60s. Bill Ayers. You know that? Bill Ayers and Bernadine Dorn. Huh? Bill Ayers and Bernadine Dorn. These are the people that organized the Weather Underground of the 60s. These people were leftist domestic terrorists that actually bombed locations in America. And folks, Bill Ayers, not only is this man now a professor in Chicago, the University of Chicago from what I understand, but he also is the biggest influence, personal influence to Barack Obama. Bill Ayers. He is the intellectual, political foundation of Marxism to what Barack Obama is implementing today. And folks, on a side note, prior to the, to say it was a weird death is an understatement. But prior to the death of Andrew Breitbart, he actually attempted to have dinner with Bernadine Dorn and Bill Ayers, and basically saw the legitimate hypocrisy of their leftism. That everything that they fought for, everything that they bombed for back then in the 60s, all they did was to basically pamper themselves in the end of their lives as being the supra-authority, the ultra-political elite. And he highlights that in his final speech that Andrew Breitbart ever did. And look, for the folks at Breitbart.com that are actually the part of the publication, I salute you folks for actually putting out good news, good content, and actual investigative journalism to continue the name of this great patriot, Andrew Breitbart. Okay? Now, that aside, let's go back to Weather Underground. You know, this was, every one of these groups, I am telling you, 60s, early 70s groups. Weather Underground, folks. There is a clip, I'm sure you can find it in a variety of different video community sites, of one of the ex-Weather Underground members discussing how they would gather around during these, I guess, political circle jerk sessions and discuss, when they finally took over the country, how they were going to kill millions of capitalists and get rid of those that are dissident against their particular leftist authority. And they were actually having serious discussions about this. This interview is on the internet. You can look it up for yourself. Weather Underground was the name of Bill Ayers and Bernadine Dorn's organization. Now, folks, I can go on and on with other little stupid, factions. There was La Raza Unida, which which we see now today. For those folks that are unfamiliar with La Raza Unida, it was the Latino, because I hate to use the word Hispanic, because that word was created by the leftists, in my personal opinion, to subdue and heal the Latinos, because they're a fighting group of people. I mean, take a look at how many Latinos have won the Medal of Honor, and that'll just go to show you, how their fighting spirit is just within them. But the La Raza Unida, folks, goes back to the 60s. It goes back to the California. It all goes back to California. And it also has a little bit element to do here in Texas, folks. Out here in Texas, out here in Crystal City, this is where the leader of La Raza Unida actually organized all these goddamn La Raza Latinos from here to California. And what makes them so, I guess, influential is the massive walkouts in high schools, in Latino-based high schools from Texas to California to Arizona, I believe they even did it. The walkouts, they actually coordinated. This was before social media. This was the 60s. They were able to coordinate a massive walkout of high school students. And to be honest with you, the first time they did it, it almost looked like, oh, look at these Latinos. Look at them. They want their goddamn education. They want a better education. I mean, that's basically what the foundation of it was. They want a better education. But then they started walking out because of leftist causes. Then they started wearing the freaking Che Guevara beret. Some of them even went to Cuba to go jerk off with Fidel Castro. And then they took this leftist turn, and now whatever the hell La Raza Unida is now, it's an utter joke, all right? But what happened to the leadership of La Raza Unida? Folks, they are the bureaucratic infrastructure of the California school system. You understand that? They, instead of becoming the La Raza Unida revolutionaries, they became bureaucrats, and they waited. And they, stayed in the bureaucracy, but kept the political philosophy in their head, for Christ's sake. And now everything is coming to a header. Now, okay, that was a long time ago, Ghost. How is that now? Folks, look at what's happened now. They lulled us to sleep. We had a lot of prosperity after the 70s. The 70s was kind of a turbulent time, politically, socially, financially, economically as well. But then when the 80s came along, and then not to say that it was bad in the 70s, because remember, we had disco, people were doing cocaine, ridiculous bell-bottoms, people were freaking putting afros on their head. It was stupid, all right? But you see, while we were lulling ourselves to sleep with pop culture and entertainment and vice and lust and all this crap, these people that are on the left were bureaucratically taking over our country. All right? And they've been taking over our country ever since. I mean, take a look at how we've been just lulled to sleep. These people have been plotting and waiting, and now they are fulfilling what they have been planning out since the 60s, folks. All right? Now, I'm going to fast forward to today. Take a look at everything that has transpired just in the past couple of weeks alone. Take a look at the so-called random meeting that Bill Clinton had with Loretta Lynch. Take a look at the Comey no recommendation for prosecution for Hillary Rodham Clinton. You take a look at the Comey testimony, which was pretty damning, to say the least, as it relates to Hillary Rodham Clinton. And then, moreover, you take a look at what the media emphasizes as it relates to the prominence of news.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming, and I'm loud. Roar!
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything!
That's what I'm saying, folks. Look, what happened to these two shootings in Louisiana and Minnesota were a tragedy, okay? Don't get me wrong, but let's be realistic and let's keep the statistics in mind, all right? Less than 1,000 people died by police violence, by police gun violence in America last year. 235 of the 1,000 that were shot by police and were killed by police were black. All right? Now, 235 black men that are gunned down by police, and let's just say they're all guilty. I'm talking about the police. They did the wrong thing. They shot them because they're corrupt, they're sick, they're bureaucrats, power hungry, whatever the case might be. Folks, 235 black people killed at the hands of police officers is not something that black people should be revolting about. And you see, folks, they have dumbed down the black culture so much that all they have, the only thing that is in their minds at this point in time is primal rage, violence, carnality. And why is that? Well, take a look at the culture that white and Jewish elitists have forced upon these people. You know, black folks used to actually be people that owned their own businesses. They had their own neighborhoods. They owned homes, for Christ's sake. I mean, I think people need to look back at the statistics of black folks where the majority of black folks were married, had two-parent families, owned homes between the years of the 20s to the 50s. And look, I don't want to get into a whole debate and a whole discussion on why black folks all of a sudden miraculously lost their homes, they lost their families, they were, somehow guided, all of them, most of them, I should say, not all of them, but most of them, into a culture of ghettofied, glorified degeneracy. Folks, you just need to take a look at history and see what's happening here. All right? I mean, who's pulling the strings behind Black Lives Matter? Sure, they've got this idiot D-Ray that the capitalist army doxed last night during these goddamn Dallas police shootings because, I mean, we couldn't just sit by and just allow this to happen, for Christ's sake. We just couldn't sit by. And D-Ray, he likes to spotlight himself as the leader of this organization, which all he is a leader in his own mind. But since he wants to claim leadership of this particular organization, we feel, the capitalist army, that it was, a matter of public information now that D-Ray works for Baltimore City Schools. Yeah, folks, he works for Baltimore City Schools now. He is now a public servant. And because he is under the public servant category, those taxpayers within the community and other communities who want to question his particular allocation of monies, because he is in charge, folks, of personnel, which puts him in charge of payroll, so on and so forth, as it relates to D-Ray's job in Baltimore City Schools. So I figured it was of public interest, given the fact that he is a public servant, that everybody, knows where to contact him. That's all I'm saying, all right? But you see, folks, now he doesn't want the spotlight of Black Lives Matter all of a sudden. Anyway, folks, I'm digressing again. Folks, we are witnessing a takeover of our government and of our society. And if you don't believe me, why is it, okay, that we had shootings of black men that were, videotaped and shown for everybody on social media, which no one knows the facts. Everybody just sees what's going on the tape. I mean, I'm not saying that anyone's guilty or innocent, and that's the whole point of America, is that you're innocent until proven guilty. But, folks, why was it in Dallas? Why did the shooting happen in Dallas? You see, folks, I keep telling you, and I know that, some of you folks are going to say that, oh, you got a tinfoil hat ghost. I'm telling you this right now. This federal government has been trying to literally mess with Texas on a variety of different capacities. All right? Now, I don't want to get into it, but why in the hell would it happen in Dallas, Texas? I mean, seriously, you know what's really happening in Dallas, Texas that no one wants to talk about is the random murders of gays that are happening out there in Dallas, Texas. Where's the LGBT community's outcry as it relates to that aspect? I mean, I'm not joking, folks. Read this up for yourself. I mean, they are having murders, random murders, in supposedly gay-friendly neighborhoods in Dallas, Texas. And it's been a dramatic increase in their homicide rate as it relates to this demographic of people. Now, how come nobody's talking about that, for Christ's sake? It doesn't make any sense. But then when you realize that Texas is an independent state, we want to break away from the goddamn United States if the United States gets taken over by a bunch of leftist, tyrant, totalitarian freaks. All right, we've got our own resources. We've got our own reservoirs. We've got our own aquifers. We've got our own land. We got our own cattle. We've got our own fisheries. We could basically be our own self-sufficient country. But you see, folks, Texas is a threat to the legitimacy of the United States of America. And if Texas happens to, conduct a legitimate referendum, because look, we've talked about it out here in Texas, folks. This is not some cockamamie crackpipe idea. We are legitimately talking about this. We are legitimately thinking about putting this into a vote. If Texas becomes a possibility, that could legitimately destroy the United States of America, because the leftists who have now taken over the system of America are utilizing the system of state power to recreate a society how they see fit. And you see, that's not what us Texans are all about, baby. We're independent state. You understand that? We're not going to let some federal authority come in here and dictate to us how we could think, how much we could eat, where we could live. None of this garbage. So that's why you have, in my view, in my personal opinion, the federal government doing a variety of different things in an attempt to either make more Texans dependent on the federal government via entitlements or FEMA related, because we've been having a lot of miraculous, weird weather here in the past several months that have, put a lot of people in a very precarious financial situations as it relates to natural disasters that we've never seen out here before in our lives. And folks, I'm telling you this right now, Texas is not going to back down. All right, now I particularly believe that this person that conducted this operation in Dallas, he was not an idiot. All right. He may have been not mentally smart, but I've seen some of the footage. This guy knew how to ambush. He definitely knew how to, do hand-to-hand combat. He was trained in the military, folks, which throws another spin on it, which I don't even really want to get into. But, folks, I'm telling you this right now. We, as American citizens, need to start rising up, okay? And when I say rising up, I'm start talking about not going out and being violent like these George Soros-funded Black Lives Matter thugs. And folks, let's not be stupid either. They're being supported by the government. Folks hacked the damn emails and, the private messages of D-Ray's Twitter. He bragged about how he has a personal connection with Loretta Lynch, and that he and Loretta Lynch are coordinating martial law and violence so that they can justify martial law. So I'm telling you this right now, folks. You people need to become very aware that what is happening right now before our very eyes are the international bureaucratic institutions not only making themselves out in the open, but showing their true totalitarian colors. And basically, folks, I believe that Brexit has everything to do with the accelerated force of different events, different totalitarian laws, rules, tactics, corruption. Everything we've seen since Brexit. There's been so much crap out here in America and throughout the world out here that, Brexit seems like a far distant memory, for Christ's sake. Because I'm telling you this right now, these bureaucratic institutionalists, these international bureaucratic institutionalists, know that we, at least the majority of us that are thinking men and women, are on to the fact that the people that we have in our power today, the people that are in power in not only our government, but in other governments across the world, are agents of international bureaucracy. And I think people need to wake up for that. You need to put that in your head and realize that this is no longer about America or whatever your country is. I mean, these are international bureaucrats trying to take control of our sovereignty, trying to take control of our freedom, trying to rewrite the rules, trying to reestablish what the hell commerce is. I mean, the whole 9 yards. They are there to sustain humongous multinational conglomerates, corporations, so on and so forth. Now, folks, I hope that you have spread it around like wildfire to every hacker, to every troll that you know, because this is a call to action, Baller Friday. And before I do this, let me have a drink of some beer. I'm definitely not drinking Johnny Walker Blue Label today, because this is a what did I tell you, man? This could possibly be the beginning of the end. I said that when Comey came out and had no charges against Hillary Rodham Clinton. I mean, when they do that kind of corrupt boldness, that boldness of criminality, boldness of corruption, folks, they've taken over. And you see, you got Barack Obama coming out and say, "Oh, we need police reform. That's what we need." You know, after all this, right? After all this, Barack Obama is harping on the fact that we need police reform. I mean, good God. And then what? You've got the black caucus in Congress, the Congressional Black Caucus, getting together for a photo op, poking themselves in the eye like they really care about anybody but themselves, crying for a photo op, calling for the removal of the Second Amendment, and having federal authorities come into our domiciles and collect our goddamn guns away, for Christ's sake. I mean, do you understand what this is all about, folks? Do you understand this? I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm not joking. I'm not kidding around. Are you listening? All right, I'm gonna give you one more minute to go out and go to 4chan, 8chan, and 16chan, and shove it up your ass, Chan, and wherever else, to let everybody know that this is a goddamn call to action. I'm calling on all trolls. I'm calling on all freaking hackers. I'm calling on whatever. You want something? You want to troll something? All right, I'll give you something to troll. Let me get a beer first, because I know that once I say this, I know that I may take a lot of heat for it, but you know what? I don't give a crap, all right? I don't really give a crap. I don't really give a crap, all right? I don't really care. So, folks, go ahead and spread it around like wildfire, folks, because I'm telling you this right now. It is time to unite. And look, it's time to unite and do some real digital damage. Now, before I get into this whole tirade about what I'm discussing here today about trolls and hackers uniting, I first want to say cheers to any man, woman, tranny, whatever, who is willing to stand up for America, because let me tell you something right now. We are at the almost end if we allow these idiots to agitate the kind of violence that they are attempting to agitate at this point in time in American history. They are trying to justify taking away our rights. They are trying to justify putting us into a police state, because, folks, it's not the police that's the problem. You know why they're trying to emphasize these shootings as it relates to police, even though less than 1,000 people die at the hands of the police each year nationwide? Is because they want to federalize your police force. All right, this has a lot to do with the United Nations and the Strong Cities Initiative that you need to read up on, because you folks, if you don't know what's going on, ignorance doesn't mean you're absolved, even though it means that for Hillary Rodham, but it doesn't mean that for you, because laws are for little people. All right? I mean, that's the leftist regime that we're in. All right? Laws are for little people. So anyway, I want to say cheers to each and every one of the true patriots of America that are going to take a stand in whatever capacity, in a nonviolent capacity. But let me tell you something right now. If I had been in Dallas and seen this son of a bitch, shooting, I wouldn't have just stood around and got, hiding or ran away. I would have directly confronted this son of a bitch in an attempt to try to just completely incapacitate this asshole. And if that meant, me taking some level of lead on his part, that's fine. Because, man, look, we need more men. We need even women, people with balls, people that aren't afraid, for Christ's sake, people that understand how to conquer their fear. And this is what I'm talking about. So cheers to everybody out there in America and throughout the world that are capitalist and that are patriotic and that believe in freedom and that believe in economic, political, and social freedom. Cheers. Now, folks, trolls. So hold on. Let me say it a little bit more formal so that just in case the trolls out here decide to take this snippet and, spread it around like wildfire, it'll sound a little bit more formal. Trolls, hackers of the internets. I know that it is lousy to go out and to troll and do the tactics of trolling and hacking for one's own self-gratification. I understand the internal giddiness and the adventure within the pit of your stomach when you conduct yourself in a successful troll, in a successful hack. Especially if by some chance you make local media, make national media, international media, any kind of media. I mean, that's the whole point, isn't it? Anyway, I understand. But now you need to put your skills into a new dimension, into a dimension in which you become now soldiers of the internet. I don't even want to call you soldiers because there ain't no leader on the internet. We just have to understand that our common objective, and I'm talking about every troll, every hacker that's listening to me, is making sure that everybody who highlights violence, everybody who highlights the idea of conducting violence on people, on individuals, whatever, it is time for us to troll and hack the hell out of each and every one of these individuals, organizations, or whatever the case might be, all right? I am calling on a summer of digital chaos, all right? And what I am asking all the trolls and all the hackers to do is if you're going to conduct your troll and you're going to conduct your hack, you better make sure that if it makes any kind of national recognition, international recognition, that you highlight something that the American people or the public in general will be enlightened to, instead of putting ridiculousness that most hackers usually do, like stupid little GIFs and saying dumb, stupid crap. I mean, no offense, I'm not trying to say that there's anything wrong with that, all right? But that's all there is to it. And look, I know there's idiots that are probably saying, oh, I'm not your personal army. Hey, fine, sit there in your goddamn mother's basement and eat freaking pizza rolls until wild Jehudis, Black Lives Matter, Black Panthers, freaking La Raza Unida start coming up in your goddamn place and raiding your joint, for Christ's sake, you stupid moron. I mean, if it hadn't have been for the Dallas police acting in calm under pressure, you know how easy that would have been if there was a better coordinated effort of more individuals that were just as armed and just as sophisticated as it relates to hand-to-hand combat. I mean, they could have legitimately taken over part of the city. I mean, do you understand this? And if they take over part of the city, what are you going to do about it? Huh? You're just going to sit over here and, wax your carrot to hentai and all this other garbage? No. You're going to be a victim. And, fine, hey, you want to be, that's your world, that's fine. Then don't listen to my broadcast. I'm not talking to you. I mean, look at how George Soros has Media Matters, Black Lives Matter, and all these organizations working in conjunction so that what we are witnessing before our eyes is the reality of today. That's why you have countless people on the internet, on Facebook, on Twitter, calling for Trump's assassination, calling for the death of all kinds of people. And yet Twitter and Facebook, they don't ever bring these people down. They don't ever, censor these folks. But once you start, saying that you're going to have a ham sandwich in Ramadan or some kind of garbage like that, watch Mark Zuckerberg take your ass down and take your ass off his stupid little pissing ground social media site. And that's the problem there, trolls and hackers. I thought many of you were all about free speech and freedom, so on and so forth. I mean, folks, once they take control of America through totalitarian tactics, what makes you think that they're going to keep the internet free, for Christ's sake, you idiots?
When you don't go to geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to geico.com and you could save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike,
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your moves.
What makes you think they're going to keep the internet free? I mean, they're already trying to go for it now, you idiot. The FCC now has authority under U.S. law over the internet, you stupid moron. They're just waiting so that the United States government as a whole can implement totalitarian tactics on our physical person, so that once they have us in control in our physical person, they can just go ahead and regulate the internets. And folks, I've read what people have said, what the future of the internet looks like. It's just going to be us either going to whoever's dominating right now, and it looks like we're either going to be just shopping at Amazon.com, going either through Google or Facebook. And this is the internet. That's what the internet is going to be. It's not going to be, hey, look, I'm going to go on this independent website. Hey, I'm going to go try that. No, that's not what it's going to be like anymore. And you're already seeing, all right? You are already seeing the censorship on each and every one of these social media sites, folks. So look, I know that there's going to be critics in the troll community and the hacker community. Well, hackers are a little bit more sophisticated than trolls. No offense, trolls, but hackers, whenever they do something, they at least make the news, and they try to do it for a reason. Most trolls, they just go out to make people's lives miserable. Well, what more perfect of individuals to make people's lives miserable than Black Lives Matter violent assholes? I mean, I don't get it. What better group of people than those that are agitating violence? Well, I don't understand. I mean, it's not even about personal army. I'm just making a suggestion, okay? Because remember, I'm very careless and unsophisticated, okay? So I'm just making a suggestion that those that are trolling, that, this is Friday. I know that many of you freaking trolls are sitting there probably waxing your carrot or have some level of object that you utilize, and why don't you make someone's life miserable that deserves it? Somebody who thinks that there's some sort of big badass black militant when they're nothing more than some imbecile being led around by the nose by somebody who's been funded like D-Ray by these nefarious organizations, or George Soros, for Christ's sake, man. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, folks, I am calling on every troll, every hacker that has the time to do so. I mean, we need to stop this violence ourselves, folks. We need to start causing some digital chaos. And let me tell you, the capitalist army is already well ahead of that. I mean, look at D-Ray. He's already been outed. All right? I mean, D-Ray now, believe it or not, he went from Ferguson, agitating violence, Black Lives Matter. Now this idiot thinks he can be Barack Obama, infiltrate the bureaucratic system of some bureaucracy. In this case, it's the Baltimore City schools, and he thinks that he's going to become some legitimate politician or some kind of crap. I mean, give me a break, all right? So I'm calling on every troll and hacker. You want a person to troll? You want a person to hack, for Christ's sake? How about these violent Black Lives Matter ass cracks, man? These Black Panther Party pricks. The La Raza Unida. These communists. These leftists, for Christ's sake, that are trying to destroy this country, that want to give sole totalitarian authority to the damn government, you stupid, ungrateful pricks. Jesus Christ. I mean, aren't some of you trolls and some of you goddamn hackers are angry, for Christ's sake? They're going to regulate everything. They're going to regulate everything. They're trying to take away our freedom. Wake up, you stupid, ungrateful, pizza pocket eating. You Pop-Tart eating pricks, wake up. Wake up and rise up. It's a time for a summer of digital chaos. A time for a summer of digital chaos. I'm not joking. I'm not joking, you son of a bitch. All right? Now, let me tell you something right now. The capitalist army, I'm talking about the internal capitalist army. I'm talking about the elite of the elite capitalist army have been in the works, and we've already got things in the works. So you better stay tuned, boy. But I'm calling on each and every one of you, for Christ's sake. Each and every one of you trolls, each and every one of you hackers, for Christ's sake, it's time to start utilizing this media against itself. Yeah. I'm not kidding, man. You son of a bitch. Let me have my drink. Give me my drink, for Christ's sake. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, man. You've got these goddamn government bureaucrats trying to suppress us in real life. By God, this is our last level of freedom. The internet is our last level of true freedom, ass clowns. Why do you think that you even have the freedom to troll? Why do you even think that you have the opportunity to troll? Think about it, you stupid fat idiots. Think about it! Don't just sit there and get Pop-Tart crumbs on the goddamn keyboard, you stupid loser son of... God! Think about it, you moron! God! 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 Jesus Christ! Wake up! Wake up and rise up, for Christ's sake! What are you doing? What are you people doing? Jesus Christ, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. Give me the goddamn mic. Give me the goddamn mic! I'm serious. I'm serious in these dog days of summer that we need to conjure up the energy that I know that's in each and every one of you. The ability, the creativity, the prowess. It's time to utilize that for something more than just lulz for the sake of lulz. How about having lulz on someone that deserves it? That's all I'm suggesting, ass clowns. those that are agitating violence on those that are innocent people. I mean, what I don't understand is, if Black Lives Matter is that upset about these police shootings that happened in Louisiana and in Minnesota, why are they taking it out in those in Dallas, Texas? I'm telling you, why aren't they going after the perpetrators that actually committed the so-called crime, the so-called injustice? Why? I'll tell you why, folks. Because if you want my personal opinion, they're a bunch of cowards. They're a bunch of attention whores. They're easily being manipulated like a bunch of morons, for Christ's sake, man. I'm telling you this right now. Everybody is so infatuated with media, it is the ultimate suggester, the ultimate mind control device. I'm not joking around, man. I mean, this is why we are seeing the systematic dumbing down of the country. Good God. Anyway, folks, look, I'm going to continue going on and talking about this. I'm going to have Twitter shout-outs and radio graffiti at the end of the show. All right? But I definitely want to discuss this because I think it's very important that those that actually believe in the Trump train and are a part of the capitalist army and those that are just listening in that just want to troll and hack somebody, why not the violent assholes that are all over social media, that are all over the place advocating violence on all kinds of people? Why not just go out and dox and troll the hell out of these stupid losers and troll them off the internet? I mean, troll these sons of bitches off the internet. They're stupid. They don't know what they're doing. I'm serious, folks. I hope that there are some of you trolls, some of you hackers that are taking me legitimately serious, because let me tell you, if we start, because I know there are agents within the capitalist army that are conducting operations that you're going to see on a major scale here in the next coming days. But I'm telling you this right now, I am calling on those that are sitting there that have nothing to do this weekend, that are just sitting there, you're pissed off, you ain't got no girlfriend, you're at mommy's house, whatever the case might be, it is time for you to give yourself a little bit of glory, huh? I mean, if you have the ability to go out and do something and you know what you can do on a digital front, why don't you go ahead and do it? I mean, and look, all you have to do, folks, and I'm talking about each and every one of you that are conducting yourselves in digital damage, do it in a careless and an unsophisticated way, because then it's you know, you can, it's a plausible deniability precedent that was put forth by James Comey, director of the FBI. So, once again, it is a summer of digital chaos done in careless and unsophisticated fashion. All right? That's what it is. That's what it is. And that's what I'm calling on, for Christ's sake. That's what I'm calling on. Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me out there? God damn it. Listen. Listen. What, are you just going to sit there and be a fat ass all your life, huh? You have the ability and the skill to do something, to highlight yourself, to spotlight yourself, for Christ's sake. I mean, just think of it, all right? You'll be the digital martyr if you do some hack or troll that gets into the national or international media, and when they put that microphone in your mouth and they say, "Why'd you do it?" you can tell them why you did it. You did it because you're tired of these violent pieces of garbage being able to get away with their violence and having it be basically coddled by the state. I mean, Barack Obama had basically said that we just need police reform. I mean, that was his response, for Christ's sake. We need police reform. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break, man. We got to conduct these operations ourselves, man. I'm telling you this right now. And look, I know there's a lot of people that are like saying, "Oh, well, Ghost, we're not your personal army." You know, that's like the funniest thing to say. And yet, a lot of the people that are saying that are a part of a bunch of, with all due respect, a bunch of internet friendship crews, for Christ's sake. I mean, come on, man. Come on! If you do nothing, then you are nothing, man. If you do nothing, you are nothing. I mean, you have a tool that's right in front of your face that you're listening to me from right now. And if you have the ability and the skill to do something, why don't you do it? And do it for a reason. And direct that energy. And look, I know in each and every one of you trolls, I know in each and every one of you hackers, you guys are doing what you're doing because you're either lonely, no one really cares about you, and those that do care about you coddle you, and you want something different. You want people to look at you in a different way, not just as some tub of shit or, some, fat loser or, or whatever they look at you as. All right, I mean, it's time for you to come out of your shell, for Christ's sake. And it's time for you to be a digital hero, one that can be looked upon. I mean, just imagine if you conducted a hack or conducted a goddamn troll against the Black Lives Matter or against some of these goddamn violent leftists, these violent communists. You would be trending all over the internets. I know, at least upon the Trump train and the capitalist army, I know everybody who has the Trump train or is a part of the capitalist army will be trending your news out like wildfire. I know those that are in poll, that are in the 4chans, 8chans, that are spreading it around like wildfire, man. You'll be a freaking digital sultan, for Christ's sake. So anyway, look. I mean, that's my piece. I mean, I've done all I can do. I've come back, folks, and look at all the crap that the capitalist army and yours truly has done since we've come back. I mean, folks, we've doxed pretty much all of the damn presidential primary candidates in the Republican side. I mean, we released the Madam's DC call list, for Christ's sake. Y'all remember that crap? We doxed, countless Black Lives Matter violent agitators. TEFPO, especially, I don't know if y'all remember TEFPO. That asshole was calling for civil riots if Trump was elected. Doxed his ass. He ignored me. And the ironic thing about TEFPO, this asshole isn't even with a black woman. And yet, he's a Black Lives Matter leader. I mean, what the hell is that? Anyway. I mean, we've done a lot of garbage, man. We've done a lot of stuff. We've done a lot of digital damage out here on the internets. I mean, look at the D-Ray situation. I mean, I can go on and on. I can only do so much, all right? I can only do so much. I'm calling on you, for Christ's sake. Whether you like me, whether you hate me, it doesn't matter anymore. It's not about that anymore. It's about going out. And, hey, you want to do it. I know you trolls and hackers, you want to do it. So do it. But do it for a reason. Do it for a cause, for Christ's sake. I mean, lest we forget lolsec. All right? And look, the only people that really went down for lolsec were the people that, to be honest, I don't even think really people went down for lolsec. I think the worst somebody got was 2 years, and they're like sultans, for Christ's sake. I mean, even the asshole that was narking, that fucking Sabu, that fucking asshole, excuse my French, that guy's a freaking jerk ass. He's an FBI informant, and that's why I don't trust Anonymous. I think all of Anonymous is an FBI front as far as I'm concerned. All right? But take a look at them. I remember everybody on the internet talking garbage about Sabu when he was turning state's evidence. And then when he finally came out of hiding and then started, tweeting again, the same assholes that were talking garbage about Sabu, all right, all of a sudden we're kissing his ass again. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? I mean, this is what I'm talking about, man. I'm not kidding around, man. It's time to do some digital damage. And look, I don't care what you think about me personally. It doesn't really matter, man. All right? It doesn't matter what you think about me. It's not about me, all right? I'm serious. If it was about me, don't you think I'd be like D-Ray and throwing my face everywhere and, telling you folks to donate to my campaign, doing GoFundMes or whatever the crap. I mean, don't you think if I was about the attention and if it was about me, I'd go that direction, for Christ's sake? I mean, do you think that I'd know if I went to YouTube and did some kind of vlog or whatever the crap might be, that I would have probably 10 times more listeners and viewers than I do here? It's not about the attention, assholes. All right? I mean, I'm doing what I'm doing because I believe in what I'm doing, man. I'm not just doing this for kicks. I've got a life, man. I've got a life. I've got money. I could be going out right now doing whatever the hell I want to do. I'm doing this because I know that there are people that listen to this broadcast, and I am trying to spark synapses in your brain to understand that right now we need you more than ever. And you don't have to do anything ridiculous. You don't have to go out like these Black Lives Matter psychos are going out and killing cops and shooting cops. I mean, after this Dallas shooting, we saw a cop who was shot in St. Louis. I just read a report there was another cop shot in Tennessee. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, we have to come together regardless of what we believe in each other, whether we like each other, whether we don't like each other. It doesn't matter. Folks are taking control of our governments, regardless of your country. I mean, thank God for Britannia. And let me tell you something, Britannia is not out of the woods yet either. They're trying to sucker them back into the EU and trying to make it look like, oh, you see, it was the people. They wanted back, so we got them back. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying, folks, it's time for the summer of digital chaos. And, of course, done in a careless and unsophisticated fashion so that it can all be legal, of course. And, of course, if you are a hacker and you're doing something for, I don't know, defacing a website or doing something like that, make sure to leave a marking that you did this carelessly and unsophisticated and had no criminal intent, and you should be all right. I mean, according to the FBI, according to the director of the FBI, so, I mean, don't do anything with criminal intent. I'm not doing anything with criminal intent. I'm just careless and unsophisticated. You understand? I'm just careless and unsophisticated. Anyway, I want to say cheers to the capitalist army. I want to say cheers to any one of the hackers and the troll patriots that are going to conduct themselves in the capacity that I just suggested. Because, folks, we need you. And I'm not telling you to give me any props, the capitalist army any props. I'm just saying do it. All right? That's all I'm saying. Just do it. Even if you want to give your own crew props, I don't care. You think I care? I don't, man. I do not want to be an attention whore. I mean, I know, folks, I could go on YouTube, I could go on another media avenue and just have all these hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people listening to me. I don't want to do that. I'm not an attention whore. I'm not doing this for attention. All right? I'm not doing this for money. I'm just doing this because I know that there are people that listen to this broadcast that are very interested in this broadcast, that love this broadcast. And what I'm trying to do is tell them that, hey, we're never going to have the freedom to listen to broadcasts like this. All right, and you know what I'm talking about. I mean, everything that we conduct on this broadcast, we walk that very edgy line as it relates to racial humor and other types of humor that could be construed as insensitive or construed as absurd or obscene. But, folks, that's why we are practicing our First Amendment constitutionally protected right of free speech. And that's why, if anything, you trolls and hackers, that's what you should be focused on the most. Not me, not my, oh, yeah, not your personal army. I'm talking about just go out and do it, man. All right? Because, look, if you don't do anything, we didn't have a future. We're not going to have any kind of future left. Because, folks, we have been taken over. I mean, why do you think Obama went to Canada, met with Trudeau, met with the Mexican president, and basically laid out the foundations for our new North American Union? I mean, give me a break! Can somebody please heed this call? This is the end of our time if we allow these maniac totalitarian bureaucrats taking control of the world. They're taking control of the world, folks. I want you to know this. It's not just our country. This is not just America. This is happening in Europe. This is happening in Asia. This is happening in South America. This is happening in Africa. This is happening all over the world.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can seem intense. Like breakup R&B intense.
I thought you said you loved the sweater that I got you. If you didn't, you could have told me.
Geico makes it easy. Just go to Geico.com anytime to update or check your policy without all the extra drama.
I even had a gift receipt.
And folks, the only people that are in opposition to these institutionalist bureaucratic orders is Russia, and I'm going to say half of China, because I don't believe China is completely against international bureaucracies because they're doing business with them, to say the least. But they are doing things in an autonomous nature that is making those international bureaucracies a little bit timid, to say the least, especially what they're conducting themselves in the South China Sea. And folks, just to show you how warped this is getting, right after this particular shooting in Dallas, Putin came out and said that the American people should not give up their guns. Can you believe that? Huh? The Russian president, a Ruski, a goddamn Ruski, is telling us, America, that we should not give up our constitutionally protected Second Amendment right. Now, how the hell does that make us feel? Seriously. When we've got the Ruski president telling America, the American people, not to give up their goddamn guns. Oh, my God. I'm telling you, it's that serious, man. It's that goddamn serious. Oh, my God. Here, let me take a drink here. And, look, I'll go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs here in about 5 minutes. All right? And then, I'll do some more, give my insights on this, folks, because this is not a joke. We are being systematically taken over. And I explained in the beginning of the broadcast who's doing it and why. It's all these leftists in the 70s that believed in this garbage. And they have kept the same political philosophy ever since. They infiltrated the bureaucratic system of government, and now they have taken control of state power, and they are utilizing the state power to basically mold the society how they see fit. Classic Leninist takeover. It's really what it is. Classic Leninist takeover. Well, actually, they're using Maoist cultural revolution tactics in this regard, but still, the idea of taking over state power to mold society how they see fit began with Vladimir Lenin, the Bolsheviks. So, folks, this is all communism. I'm telling you this right now. This is all communism. Let me take a sip of this beer, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, I got to do something to take the edge off. Remember, I was in the hospital recently. Thought I was having a goddamn heart attack. It was freaking anxiety. So I got to take the edge off, all right, to say the goddamn least, all right? Anyway, folks, man, I hope that you folks that listened to me back after James Comey made his recommendation not to prosecute, and I was a little dejected, and I was like, oh, man, they've taken over. I don't know what's going on. It's corrupt, and I appreciate a lot of the callers and listeners saying, hey, don't talk like that, Ghost. Hey, look at what's happening, man. I knew this was going to happen. I knew things like this were going to happen. I knew it. I knew it, man. I knew it, man. Anyway, folks, let me lighten the mood up a little bit. Let's go ahead and get some Twitter shout-outs, all right? And before I get to those Twitter shout-outs, we're probably going to have a lot of insensitive, things in the Twitter shout-outs, and I just want to extend my sincerest apologies to those that are new to the broadcast that are going to be kind of taken back by some of these damn names. But this is the troll terrorist that I'm talking about, all right? I mean, if they can do this to me, why don't you do this to some Black Lives Matter violent assholes, man? Why don't you do it for a reason, you jerks? Do it for a reason! Jesus Christ. Anyway, we've got Blood Cough in the house. What's going on? We've got the Happy Merchant, all right? We've got, who else we got over here? We got Ghost is Tim McGraw. You shove it up your ass. We've got the Czech Capitalist in the house. We've got Cop Live Splatter. Oh, you son of a bitch. You damn it! You see what I'm saying? You see? Why can't you do that to some Black Lives Matter asshole, huh? How come you can't do it, you stupid, sick-twisted pricks? You see, I knew it. I knew it. Son of a bitch. Give me the mic. Give me the goddamn mic to these sons of bitches. Do we got any more Twitter shout-outs, engineer? It's all right, engineer. Everything's all right. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we got Z Frostwire. What's going on to Z Frostwire? We've got Axeman in the house. We've got Depressed Poppy. We've got Jeff the Chef in the place. General Capitalist. We've got, I'm not going to say that. I'm telling you, you guys are sick. We got Concerned Man in the house. We've got Trans Dallas. Great. They put a pair of balls in the city of Dallas. That's really funny, asshole. Who the hell else do we got here? We got, what is it? HC Laughing Inbound. What the hell does that mean, for Christ's sake, you stupid son of a bitch? Texas Strap-On Parade. Yeah, real funny. Elijah Ghostings. Don't even go there. That guy's a scumbag. Freaking Elijah Cummings utilizing the James Comey FBI director testimony to basically, in my personal opinion, Elijah Cummings and the rest of the supposed ethnic faction of the Democrats that were questioning James Comey utilized that hearing to basically agitate this violence, if you want my personal opinion. All right? I mean, if you don't believe me, take a look at the James Comey testimony and take a look at all those of, none of them, to be honest with you, there was only like 2 of them that were really black, and the other ones were like half black, quarter black, whatever. And they utilized the James Comey FBI hearing as an opportunity to bloviate and to agitate the violence that we are seeing today. Anyway, we've got BLM for prison. Yeah, no kidding, BLM for prison. Get them out of here. And look, I know that there's people that are tweeting at me the White House quote-unquote petition to make Black Lives Matter a terrorist organization. Those petitions don't mean shit. I'm sorry, excuse my French. They don't mean nothing. All right? I don't want to give credibility to anything that this administration has initiated. Remember, this is one of these ridiculous 2-bit initiations that was put forth by the Obama administration that doesn't do anything, all right? All they do is make a statement about it, and that's it. So give me a freaking break. Anyway, we got Hans Gubensmitz in the house. What's going on? We got Colon Tenderizer. Oh, my God, that's disgusting, man. We've got Godzilla in the house. We've got True Politics Radio, whatever. We got True Capitalist. We got Taco Capitalist. We've got Transgender Ghost. Oh, Jesus Christ. The Trans EBT card. Oh, great. Putting a pair of balls on an EBT card. That's great. Oh, that's great. Jeez Christ. Look, I'm only going to take a couple of more of these because these are getting ridiculous. I can already see what's going on here. All right? Anyway, we've got Exara Hawks up in here. What's going on? We got True Voice Crack Radio. Hey, my voice is cracking because of you idiots. You idiots. Why don't you go troll a goddamn Black Lives Matter violent asshole? You stupid, dumb, freaking... Anyway, we got Cody from Unknown in the place. What's going on? We got Ghostadine Dorn. You son of a bitch! Don't even! Don't even compare me to Bill Ayers or Bernadine Dorn. Don't you dare, you son of a bitch. Don't you dare. Trying to agitate me up in here, for Christ's sake. We're at the end of America. We're at the end of America, for Christ's sake. And this is what you idiots are doing, huh? Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, that's it. You know what? You ruined it. That Ghostadine Dorn crap, you ruined it for everybody. Give me my goddamn mic. Give me the mic. Give me that goddamn mic, you son of a bitch. That did it for everybody right there. Yeah, whoever the hell made that damn name, you ruined it for everybody. So, once again, this is why we cannot have nice things. But, man, if you're going to be trolling somebody like this, well, by God, why don't you troll somebody like the Black Lives Matter violent assholes that are all over social media? Jesus Christ, man. What's going on to Exara Hawks? What's going on to regular TCA? What's going on to the Teutonic Plague? And, Raiden Snake, those folks. What's going on to G? What's going on? Anyway, let me take a swig of this. I'm sick, man. Jesus Christ. Get this out. Get this crap out of here. I got crap everywhere, for Christ's sake, man. Can't wait to sell these cans, for Christ's sake, man. Jesus. Anyway, folks, once again, I am calling on all trolls and hackers on the internet. It is time to utilize your energy, your resources, and your skills and direct them at those that are agitating violence on the internet, for Christ's sake, folks. All right? It's time for the trolls and hackers to unite, for Christ's sake. It's time for a summer of digital chaos. And let me tell you something right now. We've got Capitalist Army members, Capitalist Army agents, Capitalist Army operatives right now conducting operations, and you're going to see them on a national scale. I guarantee it. You just watch. You just watch and wait. All right, get the goddamn popcorn ready, because we're as serious as a goddamn heart attack out here. We're doing this for America. We're doing this for our country. We're doing this because this is the capitalist revolution. This is the capitalist revolution. Can you feel the anger? Can you feel the fury? I'm as serious as a heart attack out here, folks. All right? I've been doing this for a long time, folks. You understand this? All right, the Capitalist Army has been around for a long time, and I tell you this right goddamn now, you ain't seen nothing yet, baby. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, man. I can tell you, I can feel the energy, man. I can feel it. These goddamn Black Lives Matter and these other domestic terrorists. And lest we forget, folks, we've got Barack Obama bringing in a bunch of wild Yehudis from the Middle East and settling them here in America, and those could be sleeper cells as well, folks. Those could be sleeper cells as well, so we got to keep vigilant. We got to look out everywhere, because the leftists, the liberal regime that's in power today have brought in the problem that is arising right before our very eyes. They brought in the problem. And the reason they brought in the problem, folks, because they want to be our totalitarian masters. Do you understand that they want to be our totalitarian masters and we can't let them do it, for Christ's sake? We only got a limited time left for internet freedom. I can already feel it, folks. That's why I came back. I've got a lot to lose. I'm going to be completely honest with you. All right, I'm going to be personal with you. I got a lot to lose. All right? I mean, FBI busts down my door. I got a lot to lose here. All right? But by God, I ain't got nothing if goddamn leftist totalitarianism comes into power and starts persecuting people like myself and capitalists like myself. I have no future if I do nothing. And I'm telling you, that's why I'm back, and I am going to stay back. And that's why I said last night in that tweet, no matter what happens to me, the capitalist army must keep fighting. All right? Because I know that what I'm doing, just sitting here and talking to you people, I am putting myself in grave danger and a grave risk. But by God, folks, we need more men like whatever I'm doing, if not more. If not more. Like some of these patriots like Joel Gilbert, who made Dreams of My Father. Somebody like D'Souza, who made Hillary's America, who's out here this month, as a matter of fact. I'm talking individuals that aren't violent, that aren't, some kind of violent revolutionary, taking up arms. I mean, let me tell you something. Our knowledge is just as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than these violent, disgusting, filthy idiots that are out here killing cops, that are out here killing police, that are killing innocent people, that are rioting for no goddamn reason. I mean, once again, folks, I'm not trying to say that what happened to those folks that were in Minnesota, to the person that was in Louisiana, these videotaped shootings of black men, I'm not trying to say that they're justified or unjustified. What I'm saying is that police shootings, all right, in 2015 was less than 1,000. 965 to be exact. And you see, the majority of those folks, were justified. They were justified shootings. Of those shootings, 235 of them were black, all right? So you mean to tell me 235 black men that were shot by police last year on an annual basis, on a national front, is worth this type of justification of ridiculous lawlessness and violence? Of course not. But you want to know why they're acting on it? Because the media is over-sensationalizing and putting prominence to these types of stories. They're putting it in our faces, and they've got these goddamn commentators suggesting that this type of violence is justified. And folks, you know as well as I, the media can hypnotize these people into doing anything. All right, I mean, I'm serious. I mean, look at this ridiculous Chewbacca mom. Look, I'm not hating on her, but I think it's ridiculous. All right? But you want to know why they're doing it? The media is shoving it in your head, for Christ's sake. I mean, give me a break. All right? I mean, this is just ridiculous. I mean, I think that there is a lot more afflicting black people than just police killing black folk. All right? I mean, like I said, 2015, 235 black folk dead or killed by the gun of a police officer. Why don't we talk about all the abortions that happened in 2015 that were black? 150 plus abortions in 2015 of black aborted babies. What about those babies? What about all the black-on-black crime that's happening on a consistent basis in Chicago, which is better known as Chirac, that is being ran by Rahm Emanuel, which is a liberal international bureaucratic agent that was the chief of staff for Barack Obama during his first tenure as presidency, lest we forget. And lest we forget also that Chicago is one of the biggest gun-free zones. Yeah. One of the biggest gun-free zones, and yet You've got high rates of black-on-black murders that literally go on a consistent basis, and the media could care less about it. I mean, you got folks in Chicago online right now on a variety of different social media channels and networks that are trying to focus the emphasis on what is happening in Chicago. It is a disgrace. But do you see Black Lives Matter talking about that? About how black-on-black crime far surpasses, I'm not talking about black-on-black crime, black-on-black killing, black-on-black murder surpasses any other fatality as it relates to murder on black folk, black-on-black murders. Yeah. I mean, more black people kill black people than white people kill black people, than Mexican people kill black people, so on and so forth. So, you see, the foundation of Black Lives Matter is built on a house of cards that is paid for by George Soros, the Prince of freaking Darkness. I mean, put that in your head. George Soros, Prince of freaking Darkness, funding Black Lives Matter. That's why this Black Lives Matter movement makes no sense, but the people that are in charge of it know that. They take advantage of that. They take advantage of people's ignorance. They take advantage of people's emotions. They take advantage of people's self-determination. Do you understand that? I mean, these people that are marching with guns in their hand, the Black Panther Party, Black Lives Matter, they actually believe that they're in control of their minds when they're not. And that's why I'm saying, folks, we as American citizens of all creed, remember, this was the melting pot. That's why I called myself a melting pot of friendship. And look at us now. We're pitted against each other by design. This is a classic communist tactic, a classic leftist tactic to pit each and every one of us against each other. Just because Black Lives Matter did this doesn't mean all black people are a part of Black Lives Matter. But by God, the Jewish and white elitists who created the ghetto culture around this idea of hip-hop rap is the direct consequence of what we are seeing right before our very eyes. I believe the biggest detriment to black people today, and actually in their history, was the whole community, and when I say a whole community, I know that not every black person encapsulates or obliges the lifestyle of the rap and hip-hop ghetto-fied culture. But once again, a group's defined by its majority, folks, and if you go ask the average black person on the street if black culture is hip-hop or if hip-hop is black culture, they'll say, hey, it's both, or they'll say, hey, blacks are hip-hop. We are hip-hop culture. There's nothing hip-hop rap about it. It is glorified, ghetto-fied degeneracy. All right? I mean, take a listen to the songs, folks. I'm telling you this right now. I mean, what Black Lives Matter should be pissed at, they should be pissed at Dr. Dre, who created the Chronic album, which helped catapult this embracing of nationwide ghetto-fied degeneracy. And not just in the black community, it's extended even into the Mexican-American community, the Latino community, the white communities, all right, the Asian communities. All right, I mean, you Black Lives Matter want to vent your frustration on why you have so much strife, on why you are in the ghetto-fied degeneracy that you're in, on why you're collecting welfare and why you have no opportunities. I mean, why aren't you venting your frustration at Dr. Dre, the godfather of this gangster rap, hip-hop, ghetto-fied degeneracy culture? How come you're not venting your frustration at Snoop Dogg? I mean, I remember the goddamn Doggy Style album, for Christ's sake. And if y'all haven't heard it, take a listen to it just for educational purposes only. I mean, they glorify ghetto-fied degeneracy. I mean, Ice Cube, NWA, these people that were at the beginning of catapulting this ghetto-fied degeneracy that has basically pigeonholed black America in the position they're in. black people, listen, you were not always poor. I mean, take a look at the history books in the 20s and the 30s and the 40s. The majority of black people owned black businesses. They had black neighborhoods. They owned their own homes. All right? They were laborers. I mean, they helped build California, for Christ's sake. I mean, think about this crap. But you see, how did black folk get from there when the majority of black folks, if you go back in time, you know that illegitimate families were higher in the white communities than they were in the black communities during the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Look it up for yourself, all right? Now, how did black folks go from there to where we're at now? I'll tell you, it's the people that are leading the black folks around by the nose. It's the leftists. It's the Democrats. It's the communists. They are utilizing these ideas of leftism to suppress the black folk, to subjugate the black folk. And look, I'll even oblige some of these black supremacists. They're trying to get rid of the black folk. I honestly believe that. I honestly believe what Louis Farrakhan says, that all of a sudden, miraculously, black folks are afflicted with ailments, viruses, and diseases that only afflict black folks. I mean, just take a look at the epidemic of AIDS within the black community. I mean, I can go on and on. I mean, I understand the black strife, believe me. But you people that are a part of the Black Lives Matter movement are complete uneducated morons. And unless you had some level of foundation behind your violent struggle, behind your uprising of violence and whatnot, you have no legitimacy. You're just a bunch of sick-ass, twisted thuggery. You understand? That's all there is to it. I mean, you're unsophisticated, ridiculous, idiot thuggery, all right? But you're not doing it in a careless fashion. You're doing it in a criminal fashion, all right? Just to put that on the record.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to Geico.com and you could save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike, you know.
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your moves.
So once again, I call on Black Lives Matter folks that are not violent. Don't fall for the violence that is being pushed forth by agents that are within this movement that are being paid by George Soros and other foundations that are basically busing these people into Trump rallies. They're going to bust them into the goddamn Republican convention and the Democratic conventions. Don't fall for this crap, all right? Don't take any pride in any of this violence that is happening. I mean, this has nothing to do with police brutality. I'm telling you this right now. The statistics don't lie. All right, 2015, less than 1,000 people died at the gun of a cop. All right, 235 of those were black folk. All right, I mean, 235 black folk dying a year is a sad thing, but there are a lot more things afflicting the black community blacks should be more concerned about than going out here and causing a freaking revolution for a freaking fraction of what the hell's going on to your community. I mean, there are much more things that are afflicting your community. And let me tell you, before I move on to regular graffiti, all right, I want you to know that Malcolm X, Huey Newton, and all these black, self-determined leftists or radicals would be turning over in their grave because they would look at you Black Lives Matter people conducting violence, acting like complete idiots without any kind of intellectual foundation, and they would look at you and said, look at what Whitey's making you do. Look at what Whitey is making Black Lives Matter do, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm telling you this right now. All right? I mean, you as black folk need to start realizing what is happening to your community and what has happened ever since the 20s, 30s, and 40s. I think that you need to realize that it was unionization that eliminated the job opportunity for black folk. That's why you had Compton. Folks, Compton used to be a great upper middle class part of town where black folks, or upper middle class town, I should say, where black folks own their own homes. I mean, why do you think in Compton that everybody lived in a house out there? Everybody lived with grandma or somebody who owned that home. Because, folks, the blacks helped build California. And then once the whites went out there, the white liberals, quote unquote, they decided to do the liberal thing and unionize themselves so that they can exclude the black worker from working. Because, folks, what unions do is do nothing but make an exclusive club on who gets to work and who doesn't. And this is what happened to a lot of the black communities, not just in California, but throughout the South, the North, the industrial North. I mean, this is what happened to most black folk. I mean, folks, black folks were actually skilled laborers, man. They were skilled laborers out here. I'm not joking. And lo and behold, because white liberals thought, oh, well, they're undercutting my labor. They're undercutting the price of my labor. So we gotta unionize and we gotta threaten our corporations and our companies that, look, you better hire us at this rate. And we got to make sure that the politicians know that we're going to vote them out of office if they don't make our unions legal and a part of the law of the land, either in the municipality or in the state. And folks, that's what really destroyed the black person. All right, the black people. Unionization and the minimum wage law is what outpriced black labor out of the market. And when I mean outpriced, I'm talking, if you are forced to pay a certain price based on union or based upon minimum wage, then black folks who already come from impoverished areas, who come from impoverished schools, who don't have any opportunities, won't have an opportunity to begin with. I mean, I don't understand why people don't understand this, that if you have no job, you have no skills. If you have no skills, you can't get a job. If you can't get a job, you can't make any money. If you can't make any money, you can't take yourself out of entitlements. Now, folks, this is why I'm saying the minimum wage law outpriced the black folk, because many of the black folk don't have sophisticated schools to educate them to put them in a collegiate arena. Because we all know that property taxes pay for public schools, and unfortunately, a lot of the times, black communities are many times impoverished. I'm not saying all the time. I know there's some rich black communities out here, but, a lot of the time. And because of that, they go out into a workforce unskilled, and because we have a minimum wage of about $8.35, it outprices this unskilled black laborer because they don't have any skills. Now, if I was an employer and able to hire him at $4 or $5 an hour so that he can work unlimited amount of hours, gain unlimited amount of skills to the point where he understood whatever operation that I employed him in, all of a sudden it would either force me to heighten his pay raise, or he can go and market himself to another employer at an even higher rate because he has the skills now to be able to conduct a job on an independent basis and can be trusted for long-term employment. You see, folks, this is what this is all about. Ever since the government starts meddling into our affairs, they've ruined everything. So anyway, folks, let me get to some radio graffiti. I know I've been a little long-winded in this broadcast. It's deathly serious. We have a communist takeover of this country, and I'm calling on the trolls and the hackers to start taking it upon themselves to conjure up their energy, their skills, their desire, their ambition, and push full throttle and start conducting yourself in a summer of digital chaos. It's a summer of digital chaos, and we're directing it right at the Black Lives Matter violent ass cracks, right at the Black Panthers, right at anybody, any of these communists, any of these leftists, any of these socialists, any of these international bureaucratic institutions, anybody who is infringing upon our freedom, anybody who's infringing upon our freedom, anybody who is infringing upon our freedom. That's where you direct the digital damage, for Christ's sake. That's where you direct the digital damage. Let me take a swig of this beer here. All right. Let's take the last 12 minutes and let's take some real quick radio graffiti calls, because I could only imagine these are going to be a little filthy, to say the goddamn least. So do we got any radio graffiti calls, engineer? All right, we got a couple of radio graffiti calls here. And, of course, folks, this is everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, radio graffiti. The part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you have to do is give me a call right now at 516-453-9903. And when I call on your area code, you got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. So let's go ahead and get to it, all right? We got calls, right, engineer? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to radio graffiti right now. 518 radio graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, I don't know if you watch TV, but have you noticed they've been selling these emergency kits with food with a life shelf like 25 years, like survival kits?
Hey, look, I'm not trying to be one of those preppers, but, given the circumstances and the events that we've been seeing, it wouldn't be stupid to, compile at least some non-perishable goods in a storage-based capacity, so that just in case something happens, you can at least sustain yourself and be able to survive. All right, I'm not trying to be a prepper here. I'm just saying. Anyway, we got anonymous radio graffiti. You black folk are complete uneducated. Oh, shut up. We're not even going to go there. I'm not even going to let you finish it. Anonymous radio graffiti. I'll even oblige trying to get rid of the black folk. Oh, no. Here we go with this crap. I'm not taking any more anonymouses, for Christ's sake. You're going to be splicing stupid crap. We got 971 radio graffiti.
Ghost, I came up with this idea. We need to call upon all the hackers and trolls to conjure up their energy against all these.
Yeah, I already said that, Fruit Bowl. Thanks a lot. 403 radio graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, how's it going today? I was just hoping to wish you a happy Baller Friday and congratulate you on your successful business deal. Hey, after you sell that hoard of beer cans in your office, you should have a wonderful, profitable third quarter.
Yeah, real funny, for Christ's sake, all right? They're going to be signed, for Christ's sake, all right? I'm selling the signature, all right? That's when I'm not selling the can. The can is the medium, jerk dick, all right? 484 radio graffiti. Ghost. Panda. Racist. Man, that's a pretty sweet beat there, man. Jesus Christ. Is that yours, or did you rip that off somewhere? It's pretty cool. 918 radio graffiti.
Hey, I'm calling from Tulsa. We're one of 6 states that a regular citizen like you or I can go before the court and ask for a grand jury investigation into any part of the government that you think there's malfeasance in. If you want to start this revolution of know your rights, an uprising, I think New Mexico, Ohio, Oklahoma, and I'm forgetting the 3 other states they can do this in. Are you interested? Are you game?
Yeah, I'm game. Hey, thank you very much for letting us know about that. Anybody out there in Arizona, very interesting information. Thank you very much. 505 radio graffiti.
Hey, Wild Date here. Sorry to hear about your problems with the FBI, and I appreciate your service in Vietnam. Sorry to hear they ended up in a wheelchair.
Now, shut up, all right? 808, radio graffiti. Oh, Jesus Christ, Helen Keller, deaf mute. How about 415, radio graffiti?
up-hopping taps into the Dallas police force.
No, we're not going there. We're not going there. I'm telling you this right now. You're just wasting your time doing that crap. 205 Radio Graffiti.
We need to build a wall. Major fail.
That's it? That was your troll, for Christ's sake? What a milky liquor. How about 646 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Gus, it's me. I just want to say one thing. Can you come to my Christmas in July pizza pocket party? Are you coming?
No, absolutely not there, you stupid little fruit bowl. 410 Radio Graffiti.
I'm kind of obsessed with horse cock. I would never fuck a horse, but I think it's really fascinating that they had a squirting horse dildo.
Oh, man. No. Stop it, you sick clopping pricks. Jesus Christ. 97 goddamn 8 Radio Graffiti. Oh, Jesus Christ. Freaking Helen Keller. What are you doing on the damn line? Jesus Christ. How about 574 Radio Graffiti?
This is True Equestrian Radio. True Equestrian Radio. I am your host, a man named called Ghost, the badass of ponies. Broadcasting from the castle of the Royal Pony Sisters need to be other free forests. Sounds prettier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake. And now, he'll take it from here. The bringer of harmony, the pony they call Hell.
Christ, with the... Damn it! God damn Brody! Damn it! Goddamn bronies! Screw you, alright? First off, I know there's BronyCon. Oh, look, I'm going to BronyCon. I'm going to BronyCon. Shut up! Good God. Enough of that brony crap. Give me the mic. Give me the goddamn mic, you damn clopping pieces of trash. Oh, God. Who else do we got going on over here, for Christ's sake? We got 267 Radio Graffiti.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi. I called you last Friday. Not sure.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's great. I'm very proud of you. How about 484 Radio Graffiti? Yeah, I got some idiot fapping over here, for Christ's sake. How about area code 541 Radio Graffiti?
Hi, Ghost. This is Godzilla. Happy Baller Friday.
Hey, man. Thanks, Godzilla. Keep playing that guitar as well, man. We got Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Boot 073 Radio Graffiti.
Blog Talk Radio.
You sick clopping prick. 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 Sick. God damn it, stop making gay tunes out of me, man. That's gay music. That's gay club music. I'm tired of you idiots making gay club music out of me, for Christ's sake, man. Take about 10 steps away from my freaking butt crack with that crap. Jesus Christ, making gay tunes out of me, for Christ's sake. Gay tunes. Freaking gay tunes. Oh, my God. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Freaking mic, for Christ's sake, you son of a bitch. Jesus Christ. How about 510 Radio Goddamn Graffiti?
Hello?
Hello?
Is this me?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay, yeah. Something's going down here. I think it's Black Lives Matter supporters. Something's on fire. Someone got shot.
What's on fire?
I don't know. Some recycling center or something. Some house. Someone got shot. It's real shit.
Where?
Here, California.
California, what city?
Oakland. Real
Oakland.
shit's going down.
Oh,
Oakland.
my God,
Real
no.
Shit. Real shit.
I don't blame you. Here, look, I'll stay on the line. Can you stay on the line with me for a second? I'm going to finish Radio Graffiti, and then we'll go to the third hour with you, all right?
Maybe.
All right, we'll see. We'll stay safe, all right? I mean, if things are going down out there, stay safe. Anyway, let's go anonymous, Radio Graffiti.
It will be legal in Orlando to shoot testicle fruit bowls.
Oh, man, that's horrible. Come on. Anonymous, Radio Graffiti.
I'll even oblige trying to get rid of the black folk. You have
didn't I say to screw yourself with that kind of crap splice, you dumb asshole? 832, Radio Graffiti.
Hello, Ghost. I was wondering if you would be, into a threesome with me and the Moon Man.
No, shut up, Kermit. God damn it, you stupid son of a bitch. Go put yourself in a freaking microwave. Anonymous, Radio Graffiti.
And look, you love communists? You love communist, Templeton? My dog loves communists.
Shut up! Don't say that about my dog, Templeton! Damn it! He hates communists! He hates communists, you son of a bitch! How dare you bring my dog into this? How dare you bring my dog into this, you son of a bitch! Leave Templeton alone! Jesus Christ. Anyway, let me get out of here. All right, look, this has been a weird Bowler Friday, to say the goddamn least, for Christ's sake. We're at the end of America. That's why I'm calling on every troll and hacker on the internet. It's time for a summer of digital chaos, for Christ's sake. We start this weekend, for Christ's sake. And Black Lives Matter, if you're going to agitate violence, we're putting you on notice. For Christ's sake. Folks, you want the 401? Well, that's going down as it relates to everything the capitalist army is conducting. Follow me on Twitter right now. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost. And, of course, my official website, folks, for the show is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. I will see you Monday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time here, or I may do a show this weekend, but follow me on Twitter to find out. Politics Ghost, follow me on Twitter. I'm out. All right, we are now in the third post-show edition hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me, whether you're live or in the archive. Before I get into anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, all right? We are in effect in the house every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm sick and tired of people, when's the show, Ghost? I don't know. You obviously never listen to the goddamn broadcast to begin with. Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, all right, let me calm down here. Hey, as a matter of fact, I want to thank El Foxo Loco for finding what's going on in Oakland. As a matter of fact, we had a caller in Oakland saying that there's something going down out here. I'm trying to. Do we have that person on the air engineer? I don't know. Do we still? Hey, are you there from Oakland?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, we just retweeted Two Alarm Fire.
Tile doesn't have to look like tile. The Home Depot has Montana wood look tile at a new lower price, starting at just $1.99 a square foot. And when tile looks like wood, you can put it where wood doesn't usually go. Your kitchen floor, your bathroom, all up and down your shower walls. This is the next generation of tiling. With Montana wood look tile, starting at just $1.99 a square foot. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through July 31st while supplies last. Prices may vary by market.
I'm hearing sirens.
Yeah, there's a 2-alarm fire at a pulp paper factory. Now, what makes you believe it's Black Lives Matter? Did you hear gunshots?
I have heard gunshots. I've heard them a few times today. Which I know it's kind of not out of the ordinary, but I heard more than usual.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, we're witnessing right now.
Sirens.
Yeah, I hear the sirens right now. According to Mark DeMayo out of Oakland, they're reporting a huge plume of smoke.
Hey, go.
What? Yeah.
Sorry, some of my friends, they're fans of yours, but they
are. Well,
it was.
Hey, well, thank you for listening in, and thank you for giving us the 411 on that. Here, just stay on hold right there. According to this on-scene person that's listening to the broadcast, there is something going down out there in Oakland. According to the initial news reports coming out of Oakland, there is a pulp paper recycling center that is on fire that's, pluming out smoke at this point in time. And according to this caller, they did hear some level of gunshots. It may be something in capacity related to Black Lives Matter. Of course, Oakland is predominantly a black community, to say the least. And, I shouldn't say black. I should say ethnic-based community, because there's a lot of different ethnicities in that particular city. So, once again, folks, it just never seems to end. And look, once this person did this in Dallas, be expecting more of this, especially throughout the weekend. Lots of copycat crap. And look, I put this on the blame of the leftist regime, the liberal regime that's in power today. I put this on the Black Lives Matter, George Soros. All these people are culprits in this. They know what they're doing. That's why you need to snap out of whatever the hell is fogging up your consciousness and start realizing reality that's in your face. All right? I'm serious, man. I'm not joking around. Now, let me explain something to you right here, right now, all right? Capitalist Army is conducting operations as we speak, all right? You are going to witness things that the Capitalist Army is going to conduct that should make national media, and if it doesn't, for whatever reason it doesn't, it's because they don't want people to know about the Capitalist Army, baby, all right? And they've been trying to hide us for a long time. Y'all remember the Shorty Awards? Y'all remember that crap? Let me tell you something. We won the Shorty Awards hands down, all right? And you know what the Shorty Awards did? They took out the radio category altogether, because they didn't want me to get the goddamn award. Y'all remember that crap? Y'all remember that crap, man? That's what I'm telling you. That's how dangerous the Capitalist Army is. That's how dangerous my broadcast is, for Christ's sake. This is not a joke. And believe me, I've had FBI agents come up to me, for Christ's sake. I mean, why do you think I left the first time? Jesus Christ, all kinds of crap was happening. I had freaking ice cream trucks outside my house in the middle of winter, for Christ's sake. Just parked there. Jesus Christ. Give me another drink, another beer. More beer, for Christ's sake. I got to take the goddamn edge off, man. Look at all this crap that's out here, man. It's unbelievable, man. Jesus Christ, man. But look, we can't give up. We got to continue fighting. That's what I'm saying, folks. Whatever happens to me, I'm not trying to say anything is going to happen to me. But whatever is, whatever does, God forbid anything does, keep fighting, keep going out there and conducting operations. Don't stop! If we don't do anything, then we are nothing. The communists are going to take over the country. They're going to implement totalitarianism, and life as you know it is going to change dramatically. I'm talking dramatically. You like trolling, you like hacking, you like playing video games, you like conducting yourself in the life that you have right now. It's all going to come to an end. I guarantee it, folks. Just take a look at history. Take a look at Europe right now. It all comes to an end unless you stand up and say, hey, you bureaucrats are not our masters. You bureaucrats are not our totalitarians. We, the people, are your owners. We, the people, are supposed to be in control of this government, not you sick, sadistic, bureaucratic pieces of soulless, psychotic trash. We, the people, own this government, and that's what we need to start to reestablish right now. We need to reestablish that right now. And that's why, once again, I'm calling on every troll and hacker throughout the internet, throughout the world. I don't care where you at on this damn earth. I'm calling on you to conduct some goddamn digital damage this summer. This is a summer of digital chaos. And it's because the totalitarians throughout the world are implementing their totalitarianism on us. And we are repelling it. We are in opposition of it. It is time for you to let your voice be heard. Let the spotlight be on you. Be the martyr that we need. And what do I mean by being the martyr? You're not going to die. No one's going to get killed up in air. But at the very least, what happens? You get in a little bit of trouble, huh? You get in a little bit of trouble, and all you got to do is say, look, I was careless and unsophisticated, and I had no criminal intent. And that's all you got to say. That's all you got to say. According to the FBI, the director of the FBI, James Comey, if you have no criminal intent, and all you got to do is lay some breadcrumbs that you have no fucking criminal intent, excuse my French, all right, you just got to lay some breadcrumbs out there and just say that you're careless and unsophisticated, and look, they can't touch you. I mean, they couldn't touch Hillary Rodham Clinton. We're just utilizing their own game against them, for Christ's sake. That's why I'm saying, folks, even if they come at you, if you conduct yourself a dangerous hacking operation, by God, we will not forget you in the capitalist army. By God, you will be a hero. You will be an internet legend, baby. You understand that? We need more internet legends. We need more internet revolutionaries. We need more people that inspire others. Are you going to heed that call? Are you going to be somebody that inspires others, for Christ's sake? Are you going to put your neck on the line and inspire others to raise up against totalitarianism, against liberalism, against communism, against this international bureaucratic institutionalism? I'm calling all you. It's time to do some digital damage. Utilize your skills. Utilize your ability. Utilize your talent for good. Even though you're doing bad things, you could still do it for good reasons. Always remember that, folks. All right? Always goddamn remember that. You can do bad things for good reasons, and by God, this is good of reason as any. And that's saving the country. That's highlighting the hypocrisy. That's highlighting the corruption. That's what we need to do. We need to put a spotlight on the agitators of violence. We need to put a spotlight on those that are encouraging violence, that are thinking about violence. Do you understand that? This is our internet. Do you understand that, trolls and hackers? This is our internet. It belongs to us. It doesn't belong to these simpleton idiots that don't know where their ass from their elbow, that are on the internet from their fucking phone, for Christ's sake. This is our internet. I don't care what political perspective you are. I don't care what kind of a person you are. If you are somebody that appreciates internet freedom, if you're somebody who appreciates the freedom that you can conduct yourself in on this fiber optically connected world that we call the internet, then I'm calling on you to utilize your skills and your abilities to help preserve the internet, to help preserve the freedom, to help preserve the freedom of speech on this fiber optically connected world we call the internet. By God, what is it going to take? Do you understand that? What is it going to take? Jesus Christ, folks, I'm not kidding around. This is serious business, all right? This is serious business out here, for Christ's sake. And I hope that you understand the seriousness within my voice, folks. I'm not kidding around. All right? And look, I'm not just saying for you all to conduct things. The capitalist army and myself are going to conduct operations. Folks, that's all we've been doing ever since we came back, or I came back, and those that are part of my internal capitalist army, I've always been in contact with those folks, and you know who you are. I don't want to say anything more than that. But there is an internal mechanism, an internal hierarchy within the capitalist army, folks, that those that take it dead serious, that are capitalists, that understand what's going on here, that understand that what we're conducting here is more than some tongue-in-cheek show, and what it is, it's a preservation of the freedoms that we all cherish. We are going to conduct operations ourselves, folks. We're not just sitting here saying this so that other people can take the fall for things that we are trying to suggest. We are going to conduct ourselves in the same operations and the same objectives that we are suggesting. And just wait, folks. It's only a matter of time, baby. All right? You're going to just get your popcorn ready. Just wait and see. All right? Anyway, I want to say cheers to all the digital patriots, the digital martyrs that are going to conduct themselves in operations independently by themselves through their own motivations, determination, skills, and prowess in this summer of digital chaos. Cheers. And remember, when I say digital chaos, I have no criminal intent in saying that. I'm just careless and unsophisticated. Remember that. Woo! Anyway, folks, let's take a couple of radio graffiti callers, and then I'm going to get out of here because, to be completely honest with you, I want to go and start conducting some operations with the internal capitalist army, and we're going to get started on this as quick as possible. We're not joking around about this, man. Be expecting some real digital stuff to happen here by the end of the weekend. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Anyway, let's continue going with Radio Graffiti. Of course, this is the post-show Radio Graffiti, folks. I can call on your area code, and you can conduct yourself in Radio Graffiti fashion, or you can ask a question, whatever the case might be. That's the way the post-show third-hour edition works. So let's go ahead and get to the phone lines right now. All right, who do we got here? We got 484 Radio Graffiti. Pivot Idiot Radio Graffiti. All right, that's a ridiculous splice. How about 570 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, how you doing, Ghost?
How you doing, man?
I have a suggestion. All right. Well, I don't like NASA as much as you, and I really hate Buzz Aldrin. I think he's a phony. What I suggest is that we hop on Templeton's Red Rocket and go to the internet.
Yeah, real funny, you stupid fruit bowl. You waited 2 hours on the phone for that? Oh, my God. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Guys, I'm Joseph Costello. Today I'll be walking around Austin, Texas, and as always, I'm going to be fucking with people. Let's do it. Have a threesome with us?
You crazier than hell.
Why?
You got a nice body. I'm straight, buddy.
What's wrong with having a little threesome?
Because I'm straight. Take your fucking ass away from me.
But I have a condom.
I don't give a fuck what you got. You get ready to have a black eye. So that cop right there, you know what soliciting is? Put a video, buddy.
Look, it's a joke.
Hey, hit the fucking road, man.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
It's a joke. Goddamn sick judge.
Yeah, shut up, asshole. I know what y'all are. Just shut up. How about area code 248, Radio Graffiti? I mean, are you kidding me? You auto-tunes that crap? I said that yesterday, and you're auto-tuning that, for Christ's sake? I mean, good God. Oh, my God. I mean, folks, I literally said that yesterday. Let me buy you a drink, come on, man. And then they throw that in auto-tunes, for Christ's sake, trying to make me sound like T-Pain, come on, man. Hey, man, T-Pain, man, you need to get some Jenny Craig, bruh. All right, I'm serious. I'm not joking. I don't know what you're eating, but stay off of it, man. I mean, Jesus Christ, you look fat in the ass. 479 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost. How's it going?
How you doing?
Could you please
Could you please stop doing the Twitter shoutouts during the show because I want to tell my friends about the show, but it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, could you wait till like the past show? I mean, the after show or something.
Well, I'll try. I know it's a little embarrassing, so on and so forth, but what you don't understand, there's a method to my madness. The people that are conducting themselves in this ridiculous trolling against yours truly. Believe it or not, there's a method there. I mean, a lot of the people that used to troll me back in 2009, 2010, 2012 are now legitimate capitalists. And moreover, they're legitimate members of society. A lot of these folks are professionals in the IT field. They're programmers. They're scientists, believe it or not. They're people within the financial arena, people in academia, people that are lawyers. Legitimate members of society do listen to this broadcast. The thing is that the Twitter shout-outs and the radio graffitis, it's more of a tongue-in-cheek, kind of a let loose, because for the most part, this broadcast is rather serious. We talk about a lot of subject matters that make people uncomfortable. They'd rather, live their fluffy lives in some ridiculous bubble that has been created by, media, by the movies, by other suggested forms of powers of suggestion. So, look, I agree with you. The Twitter shout-outs, can be a little embarrassing if you're trying to tell people or friends about the show. But at the same time, there's a lot of young people that listen to my broadcast, and I know that even though they're young and dumb and stupid right now, here in the next 5 years, they're going to grow up and they're going to take everything that they heard on this broadcast and make them a better person. And I've seen it firsthand, folks. I mean, that's why I came back. I've seen it. I know that there's people that have been listening to my broadcast and that were troll terrorists and cyber vermin back in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, and now they are productive members of society, and they like the commentary that yours truly provides, but at the same time, they grew up on the internets. They grew up around all this juvenile, ridiculous trolling activity, and it's an internet culture that is encapsulated in the True Capitalist Radio Show. It's not just yours truly, babbling about money and finance and stocks and politics and foreign affairs and so on and so forth. I actually, even though it pisses me off, to say the least, some of these names and some of the crap that happens on Radio Graffiti, I actually appreciate the fact that it encapsulates internet culture within those two segments. And I think that there are a lot of people that are on the internets that would agree. I'm serious. I honestly believe that. But I appreciate your concern, and thank you for your suggestion. All right, who else do we got? We got Anonymous, Radio Graffiti.
This is True Child Abuse Radio. True Child Abuse Radio.
Shut your stupid, stinking, smelly salmon hole!
The badass of child neglect. Give him child beatings or give him death.
Squeal like a pig!
Broadcasting from his one-room apartment in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
I'm going to kill you!
Now he'll take it from here. Your host, the child-abusing hambone, the man they call Ghost.
Damn it, you son of a... You son of a bitch! How dare you! God damn it, how dare you, son of a bitch! I wish this was your face!
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming and I'm loud. Roar!
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything!
First of all, asshole, stop using my intro. Stop changing my intro. That's the greatest intro in radio
dare you assholes? How dare you say anything that I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to say it. You people are sick. If you're going to troll me like this, why don't you troll Black Lives Matter? Why don't you troll the communists? Why don't you troll the leftists like this? Why don't you make their lives a living hell? I mean, hell, you'll be doing it for your country at least, for Christ's sake. Good God. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Why? I mean, I'm shooting pearls to you people. Jesus Christ. Give me the freaking goddamn mic, you stupid, dumb chicken sack-looking piece of crap. Jesus Christ, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, I'm almost out of my beer. More beer, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. I'm serious, man. I mean, I got to take the edge off here, man. I got to take the damn edge off. Anyway, let's continue going, shall we? I mean, I don't know how long I could continue going. I mean, especially all these goddamn freaking ridiculous damn Radio Graffiti calls, for Christ's sake. How about 562 Radio Graffiti?
Hello, you brony, faggot, maple syrup-loving Canadian.
Are you kidding me? Is that what you're calling me that?
Yep.
Why are you calling me that?
Because you're a faggot Canadian piece of shit.
You think I'm actually from Canada?
I know you are. I've seen your.
Oh yeah. Are you? Well, how old are you? How old are you?
Older than your mom.
Yeah, right. Are you kidding me? You don't even have enough bass in your voice to be a man to get it up enough yet. What the hell? How old are you?
Yeah, at least I don't have a vagina.
You sound like you've got a mangina from where I'm coming. You sound like you got a little man cunt there, little boy. What the hell's your problem? I mean, where's your parents? Hey, shut up. Where's your parents?
That hole in your body that you're proud of that you call a vagina?
Shut up. Where are your damn stupid parents?
You sold them your vagina.
Oh, my God. Get this idiot stupid kid. Get him out of here. Jesus Christ, man. You see that? You see that? That's probably an 8-year-old kid right there. Where are the parents, huh? I'll tell you where the parents are. Freaking mom's at Applebee's looking for Alabama black snake or to spread her legs open to something that looks good in a leather jacket, slick back hair, chewing on a toothpick, flipping a nickel. All right? That's where Mammy is for that freaking kid, for Christ's sake. Give me a break. Jesus Christ. 812 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Goose, what's going on?
How you doing?
Good. And I'm one of the people you were talking about earlier, like the ones that used to be a troll a few years ago, but then started taking what you said seriously. And now, you know, I'm young, and it's kind of odd seeing so many people that are just brainwashed by all this leftist media, and you know, it's just kind of sad being seen that they're going this way, actually, and that they're being
it doesn't surprise me. How long have you been listening to the broadcast, man?
I think I started listening to maybe like 2011, 2010.
Now, around that time, I was making a lot of outlandish claims that people thought I was nuts for, right? I mean, as a matter of fact, that was a lot of the reasons why trolls were coming at me, because they thought I was going off keister, and I thought I was making outlandish prognostications, outlandish claims, and look at today's America. Am I correct? I mean, you were around when I was making a lot of these claims. And now look at it. I used to say that oral copulation between two men across the street from an elementary school was not only going to be a reality in America, but it was going to be protected by the First Amendment. And look at what's happened today. I mean, I'm just saying, the pussification of the American male, the destruction of the American family, feminism. I mean, you know, you have to agree, correct? I mean, that's why you used to be a troll. And I'm sure you were probably waiting on cue, trying to call in or trying to do whatever the case might be, and it forced you to listen to a couple of things that yours truly was saying. And all of a sudden, it's coming to pass. Am I wrong?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, I appreciate you calling up and at least giving your insight about you being a former troll. You want to give any shout-outs or you want to give a social media account or anything of that nature?
No, that's all. Just have a nice day and try to stay safe out there.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for calling up, and I appreciate you not trolling anymore. It's time to start recognizing folks that. It's time to start recognizing that yours truly is not just talking out of his derriere. And moreover, the trolls that are here today are not the trolls that were here yesterday. As a matter of fact, the majority of the trolls that were here yesterday are capitalist army members, man. I'm not joking. I mean, the same thing you trolls are doing to me today, the old school trolls that were there yesterday, I'm talking from 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, all right? They are now all capitalists. They're productive members of society, or they're conducting themselves politically. They're on the Trump train. They are very politically, socially, and economically aware. And, folks, that's why I came back, all right? That's why I came back, because I had to leave for a little bit, take a step back, and I was always watching, seeing what was going on, and I realized that finally a lot of these damn troll terrorists that were, sitting here conducting themselves in a cyber vermin capacity back in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012 are now doing what Ghost had always suggested to do. And you want to know why? It's not because they're doing what I say, because the things that I say make people better, man, because they don't teach you the tools that yours truly discusses on this broadcast in school. Your parents don't teach you these things. I mean, folks, this is why I do this broadcast, all right? I'm doing this broadcast because when I die, when I'm no longer on this planet, I know that my spirit lives on in each and every one of the folks that took me seriously and realized that even though I was conducting a broadcast that was unconventional, internet-based, internet culture ingratiating, I guess that could be the word, but at the same time, putting out information that is pertinent to everybody's lives and that'll make everybody's life better. That's what makes this show such an eclectic form of radio. And that's why it's not for everybody. That's why I don't want to go on YouTube and become some stupid imbecilic asshole that is self-centered and bad lighting. I mean, don't you think, folks? I mean, let me just put this to you for a second. Don't you think that back in the day, or even now, if I wanted to make serious capital off of this whole True Capitalist Radio show, I could just go to YouTube and, show myself off and, to do what they do on YouTube, you know what I mean? And get 1 million, 2 million people listening plus, and be some popular internet personality and, think that I'm better than I am and all this other crap. You don't think I could do that? Folks, I could do that. I don't want to do that. Do you understand that, folks? I don't want to do that. I don't want to be some fucking internet personality. Excuse my French. All right? I don't want to be, I want to see what you're doing in your vlog. Let me tell you something. I hate people that vlog about themselves and their stupid lives, all right? I really hate it. It just disgusts me, all right? I don't care about your life, all right? I don't care about what you're doing. I don't care about where you're eating. I don't care about this crap. But you see, folks, what's unfortunate, and let me tell you, YouTube is a good byproduct of the lack of life that people are actually living. I mean, when you got stupid assholes like FouseyTube, and let me tell you, if you don't know who that stupid, dumb, gay-looking Muslim is, well then good. Don't even worry about him. He's a piece of trash, all right? But this asshole thinks that you give a shit about, all the money he is spending because you keep freaking going to his goddamn YouTube channel and giving him hits, for Christ's sake, all right? I mean, he's actually vlogging like, hey, look at this money I got from you idiots looking at my videos. Look, I got myself a new car. Look, I'm going to front row at the LA Lakers. Hey, look at me. I'm doing it. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, you don't think I could do that? You don't think I could do that? I don't want to do it. I could have done it a long time ago. I like my life. Do you understand that? I mean, that's what the internet should always be about. It should be an alternative to reality. And you see, they're trying to take that away from us, folks, and that's why I'm calling on you trolls and hackers, man. They're trying to integrate our real lives into this internet so we can always be on display. So we have no problem with being under 24 hours, 7-day-a-week surveillance. And on display for everybody to know. Everybody's going to know about us. You know, everybody's going to know about our deepest secrets and our deepest desires and what we like to watch and what we like to listen to and where we like to go and all this other nonsense, folks. I've never gotten a goddamn Facebook. I mean, folks, my whole internet life, and it goes back to 1993 when the whole goddamn mainstream internet began. I never put anything documented about my true person on this internet. All right? There ain't no picture of me. There ain't no true account of me. I'm telling you this right now, folks. I saw this a long time ago. But everybody was just so willing to just put their personal information out there, share their intimate, darkest secrets, you know, share their lies, for Christ's sake. And you see, in my personal opinion, I think it's detrimental to the evolution of humanity. Because why exactly are people more focused and more excited and entertained by other people's lives when they can conduct their own life, man? They can carve out their own destiny, their own reality. The problem is they don't have the tools to do so. And what are the tools do you need? You need capitalism. You need to understand capitalism. You need to understand how to acquire money. You need to understand either how to acquire money or obtain a skill that will get you paid for the long term. And once you obtain your capital, that's when you can carve out your own destiny. You can carve out your own dream, your own reality, your own house, your own car. But you see, folks, you can't do that when the government dictates to you. Some bureaucrat, some totalitarian, liberal, leftist, communist tells you that you're only worth this amount of money, or that you're only worth this mediocre broke down house, or you're only worth this mediocre broke down car, or you're only allotted this amount of food. Why should that be up to some bureaucrat? I'm just saying, man. Anyway, let me take some more callers here. Let me take a swig here. Good stuff. Anyway, we got area code 682, Radio Graffiti.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Hey guys, can you hear me?
I can barely hear you.
Well, I'm sorry guys, but and good broadcast, but also I'm actually calling from BronyCon. Guys, you want to give a shout out? Yeah! Oh.
Are you kidding me? You're calling me from BronyCon?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. How many people are listening at BronyCon right now? How many people are listening?
I'd say about, I don't know, more than hundreds and hundreds of people around here.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right, thanks for calling. I mean, did y'all just hear that, for Christ's sake? I'm being broadcasted at BronyCon. I'm being broadcasted at BronyCon. I mean, good God. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. I'm being broadcasted at BronyCon. I'm getting infested by bronies. Good God. Oh, my God.
Damn bronies! Damn bronies! God, I can't get rid of them. I can't. Give me the mic. Give me the goddamn mic. Give me the mic. Let me tell you something. I have been having these bronies a thorn in my side since like 2010, 2011, for Christ's sake. I can't believe the bronies are still around, for Christ's sake. When I came back, I thought the bronies was a distant memory. You know, it was just some fad, something that was just going to fade away. Look at it. It's bigger than ever, for Christ's sake. I mean, good God. Oh, my God. It's bigger than ever. Oh, my God. It's bigger than ever. I just... Oh, my God. I'm being broadcasted at BronyCon, folks. I don't know how to feel about this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, good God. Oh, my God. I need another drink. I need some more freaking beer here, for Christ's sake. I'm not joking around. I mean, oh, my God. I mean, I'm getting broadcasted. I'm getting infested by bronies, for Christ's sake, man. I hope there's not a TCR panel, man. Just come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. I'm telling you, I've been infested by bronies ever since like 2010. I'm not joking around, man. I'm not joking around. I mean, I'm even written about in what was that called, engineer? Equestria Daily. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's the highlight of my life. Yeah, real great. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let me have some beer. Man, I don't even know. I don't even want to continue with Radio Graffiti, man. I'm jaded, man. Damn it. I mean, how am I supposed to feel? How am I supposed to feel? I mean, oh my God. All right, I think that's about it for me. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm overwhelmed, for Christ's sake. All right, I was just in the hospital last week, for Christ's sake, folks. I'm telling you, I don't need another goddamn anxiety attack. I don't need it. Good God, give me the freaking mic. Give me the goddamn mic, man. Let me calm down. Let me take a deep breath, all right? The sun is warm. The grass is green. The sun is warm. The grass is green. And what the hell is that panda doing there? God damn it! God damn it! Oh, damn it! Oh my God, I'm telling you, I can't stand this crap. Oh, I don't even know what to think anymore. I'm serious. I don't even know what to think. America's at the brink. I'm being broadcasted at BronyCon. I mean, good God. We need to save America, for Christ's sake. We need to save America. We need to save America. All right, that's it. I've had it. I'm seriously, I'm stick a fork in me. I'm done. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. Give me a mic. Goddamn mic. Oh, shit. All right, folks, look, I got to get the hell out of here, man. I'm telling you this right now. I'm going to be honest with you. There's a lot of overwhelming things that are happening, you know. But let me tell you something that I'm not backing down on, all right?
the capitalist army will conduct operations, all right? As it relates to trolling and hacking these goddamn ridiculous Black Lives Matter violent agitators, for Christ's sake. Do you understand that?
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can seem intense. Like breakup R&B intense.
I thought you said you loved the sweater that I got you. If you didn't, you could have told me.
Geico makes it easy. Just go to Geico.com anytime to update or check your policy without all the extra drama.
I even had a gift receipt.
And let me tell you something right now before I go. Black Lives Matter fears the capitalist army. Black Lives Matter fears the capitalist army, baby. And they should, because our information prowess, our information skills, our abilities surpass their brute violence and their violent thuggery, for Christ's sake. And we're going to prove it. We're going to goddamn prove it. Mark my words, by God, the capitalist army is going to strike again. And I'm calling on each and every one of you trolls and you hackers. Why don't you come on in on the party, baby? Act as careless and as unsophisticated as we are so that we can focus the American psyche. Utilize your hacks. Utilize your trolls to focus the American psyche on the violent leftist, on the contradictions, on the fact that our government is condoning, aiding, and abetting this violent activity so that they can implement totalitarianism upon the American people, so that they can take away our freedom of speech, so they can take away our Second Amendment rights, so they can redefine this country into the leftist ridiculousness that's in their psychotic heads. And that's why I'm calling on each and every one of you trolls and hackers. By God, it doesn't matter if you like me or if you hate me. It's time to save this world. It's time to save your country. These international bureaucratic institutionalists are taking over all of our countries. They're taking over all of them. So stand up, be a digital revolutionary. Be an internet revolutionary and stand up, rise up. This is a summer of digital chaos, baby. This is the summer of digital chaos, and I'm calling on you to conduct yourself in the summer of digital chaos. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. Believe me, it's coming. Grab your goddamn popcorn, because it's coming. I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, man, let me have another more beer here, for Christ's sake. Anyway, folks, I think I'm going to get the hell out of here on this Baller Friday call to action edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And I hope, and I sincerely hope and pray that many of the trolls and the hackers that listen to this broadcast heed the call. Because, folks, let me tell you something. These idiot Black Lives Matter violent agitators are shocking the world and shocking everybody in America with violence. Let's shock the world with digital chaos, baby. You understand what I'm saying? And let me tell you, if you conduct yourself in these types of operations, let it be known why you're doing it. And let them know that you don't want totalitarianism. You don't want a communist takeover. You don't want our freedoms trampled upon. You don't want an infringing on the First Amendment. You don't want a taking away of the Second Amendment. You believe in truth, justice, and the American way. That's right. You believe in truth, justice, and the American way. Anyway, folks, I may or may not conduct a broadcast this weekend. It depends on what happens, because let me tell you, these damn leftist, liberal, communist, socialist trash like to conduct their operations on the weekend so that no one is really paying attention. So if you want to know if I'm going to conduct a broadcast this weekend, you need to follow me on Twitter. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. All one word, no underscores. And make sure to spread it around like wildfire. The official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. You can listen to every episode that I have ever conducted for free to download since 2008 on that website, folks. So blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Anyway, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me on this Call to Action Baller Friday edition of the True Capitalist Radio Show. My sincerest apologies for not making this a free format edition, but I think that the subject matters that I was discussing on this broadcast hopefully enlightened those that wanted to be enlightened and dissuade those that didn't want to be enlightened. So once again, folks, thank you very much for tuning in with me. I will be here Monday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And, of course, follow me on Twitter just in case I do a broadcast this weekend at Politics Ghost is the name to follow. Politics Ghost. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in with me. Long live the capitalist army, and death to communism, death to socialism, death to feminism, and death to totalitarianism. There's Templeton. Do you hate communists, Templeton? Do you hate communists? Do you hate him? He hates communists. Look at me. He hates him. He's growling. You hate him? He hates communists. Listen to that. He hates those communists. Anyway, I am out of here, folks. Thank you for tuning in with me. And once again, this is the summer of digital chaos. It's the summer of digital chaos. Heed the call, for Christ's sake. Are you going to do it? Are you going to be an internet hero? Are you going to be an internet legend? Do it! Do it!
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can seem intense. Like breakup R&B intense.
I thought you said you loved the sweater that I got you. If you didn't, you could have told me.
Geico makes it easy. Just go to Geico.com anytime to update or check your policy without all the extra drama.
I even had a gift receipt.
Fios is not cable. We're wired differently, which means you can get the fastest internet available with equal upload and download speeds from 50 to 500 megs. So you can upload 200 photos before your favorite song is finished. Click the ad and switch to Fios today to get our best offer ever.